What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boston Clinic and more. Shout out to the LDBC, the YTBC. We all working. Back on the boxing grind. Late night grind. Two good videos for you. Apparently, Gary Russell Jr. has been granted a voluntary defense before he has to face JoJo Diaz. At 126 pounds, we know JoJo Diaz is now his mandatory. The big thing about that is the fact that JoJo Diaz is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. And, Gary Russell is advised and managed by Al Heyman. And we know Oscar De La Hoya just sued Al Heyman for the fiasco they went through, basically with him running out the contract of his fighters at Golden Boy and taking his roster. Then Richard Schaefer, took a step away from the sport as he was legally obligated to do before he can start Ringstar Sports. And Al Heyman gave him some of his fighters back. He sued Al Heyman over that loss, and then he's trying to appeal the lawsuit now. I heard they embraced the hug at the Chavez Jr. and Canelo Alvarez fight. Chavez Jr. is an Al Heyman managed fighter now, but you know what happened in that fight. So that's the intrigue. They try to make, Jorge Linares, the Golden Boy fighter, versus Mikey Garcia, which is an Al Heyman managed fighter now. Al didn't want to do it. Golden Boy was willing to put the fight on PBC, whoever had the better offer. HBO, they was willing to let Al Heyman cut in on a deal. Al pulled Mikey Garcia, and now he's fighting Sergey Lipinets at 140. So who knows how this is about to play out with Gary Russell. He's granted a voluntary defense. That means he could do what he wanted to do. But he has to come back and give JoJo Diaz his shot. But I don't think JoJo Diaz is going to get his shot. Now, a lot of guys were saying that this would happen, and I didn't agree. I thought, Russell would fight JoJo Diaz. But I'm starting to think it won't happen. I think he's going to have a big unification bout with somebody. If not, he's going to have one last fight at 126. He's going to move up to 130. I don't think he's ever going to face JoJo Diaz. Basically, they're going to hand that title over to JoJo Diaz when he vacates it. Because Gary Russell only fight once a year. And that's the issue with him. And people wonder why he's so inactive. It's because he has hand injuries, and I think he's trying to string out his career. But if he just slow down his punches and use his speed and burst instead of just trying to, machine gun drum it, his hands might be better off. But that's the way he fights. I'm pretty sure he was hoping to get a fight with, Leo Santa Cruz on 126. Frampton when he had a belt. Oscar Valdez. But those fights are not gonna happen. Even his own, people who he's managed with Al Heyman with, they won't make the unification bouts with him. Carl Frampton wanted no smoke. Leo Santa Cruz wanted no smoke. Lee Selby seems to don't want no smoke with nobody, but he's a very talented fighter. He's naked out here, B. So, basically, I think this is just me having a hunch. I think he's going to have that fight, versus whoever it is. And then he's going to come back. He's going to vacate that title. And then he's going to move it to 130. I guess he said he wanted to pursue Lomachenko. It don't sound like Lomachenko wants to move up anytime soon. And it is what it is. I think he's going to drop that belt. And potentially, we talked about it a few months ago, I believe. Maybe I did a video or a live stream on it on Facebook. I think it's a big money fight at 130 for him. And that's with Gervonta Tank Davis. Two Al Heyman managed fighters. Advised, then managed fighters. I think Russell from DC or Maryland or something like that. And Gervonta Davis from Baltimore, they can do something in that area, make a big fight, especially if Tank is able to get the IBF and they could do something then. And then the winner maybe can get Lomachenko or whatever if Gary Russell wants. I think that's the route that he might end up going down. He might try to get Miguel Burch in the ring. He is a WBC champion, so he can rank very high for the Miguel Burch belt at 130. I think he's just washing his hands with 130, with 126 at featherweight because he can't get a unification bout. Santa Cruz holds 2 belts. Oscar Valdez with top rank. He holds another belt. So it don't sound like it's going to happen for him. I think JoJo Diaz is going to get an opportunity at the vacant belt in the near future. We gone.